Hi, I'm Mark Camoccio and we're here at Pete's Airgun farm, and I'm here to show you one of the later versions of the Walther Terrus. This is with the new synthetic stock, and I have to say, when I tested one of these a while back, this was one of my favourite break barrel spring powered air guns. I was lucky enough to get invited to the Umarex factory a couple of years back, and we saw the LGV project, which was basically all about maximising the features that we'd learnt on the tuning of spring airgun over the years. And the LGV obviously was pushing everything to the limit, and it had a lot of sophisticated features inside it. But of course, not everyone wants it. It weighed quite a bit of, they were quite weighty, the LGV and the LGU. And of course, not everyone wants that level of sophistication or needs it. So of course, Walther realised that they could do a few spin-offs and a lot of different models which were far more basic, and the Terrus was one of those. It was originally, when I tested it in walnut, it was extremely light. This is a bit heavier, but there's not much in it, and it's got quite a nice synthetic stock, which does sort of bring it into the modern era as such, and obviously appeals to another lot of customers. So it's got a factory stippled pistol grip area, and it's more like, it's not checkering, it's sort of half and half, but it's more like stippling really on the fore end and the pistol grip. It's got a very flared fore end there, as you can see, but that's quite sort of hand filling in the grip, and it's quite a slim down pistol grip. And then you've got a rubber butt pad on there as well, maybe a bit low in the cheek piece, which is the downfall of a lot of these rifles, but it's more attuned to the open sights, but it still is usable. Obviously you can always put something on that if you need to with the scope, but it still shoots well as it is. It comes with standard fibre optic open sights, so as you can see, you've got a red element there for the post, and you've got a green elements on the rear sight. It's all very finger friendly, so you've got finger wheels on the back, and it's fully adjustable, and it all works rather well. So if you've not used fibre optics, it sort of makes use of the dull conditions and takes any light in, and it's a lot better than just standard open sight. So nice feature as standard. The muzzle, it comes threaded for a silencer. You can see you've got a little cap on there. Just take that off. It's like a 1/2 inch UNF standard fitting there, so you just screw a silencer on if you want it, and blank it off there if you don't. So just get rid of that. Moving to the breech, you can see a very chunky breech bolt there, so you can actually, like the old Virox, you can nip up the breech if you need to, just to keep the tension, because that can be a weakness on the break barrels. But yeah, that's quite nicely done. Moving to the rear, you can see there's a sort of shotgun style safety catch there, and that's like an auto safety on this. You've got arrestor holes on the receiver, so once you've clamped your scope on, if you were using split ring mounts or twin ring mounts, you could, or any mounts really that have got a threaded arrestor stud, that can go straight in onto the receiver there, so it stops your scope moving under the recoil. You've got a very good trigger on these. It's they call it the XT unit, but it's a 2-stage trigger, and it's quite sophisticated, but it's also got a particularly flat front to the trigger, so it's very comfortable and very crisp and predictable in use. So that's very nice. These are 177 and 22, and currently available for about £299. So that's obviously not including the scope, but that's not a bad price. And as I say, it is one of the most accurate springers that I've used in a while. I was centre to centre groups. I've recorded 1/4 inch at 30 yards, which is pretty damn good. But that's from a padded rest, and my sort of FT position I tend to use for that, but that's incredible accuracy. But these are real groupings, so this is one of the rifles that's capable of that. So that's the Walther Terrus in the synthetic stock.